Hi, I'm Cecilia Christ.
This is my cat, Sammy.
While I enjoyed my junior high PJAS science experiment research days and earned first place in Penn State, my passion for art and theater has allowed me to encounter research in a completely different manner. Many may not realize the research that goes into visual arts with how colors and images bring about certain thoughts and feelings. I personally have barely scratched the surface and can't wait to learn more, but I did want to chat a little bit about how I used research this past year. First, let me share 6 art pieces that I created this school year for my AP Studio Art class. I've always been intrigued by the superstitions and beliefs surrounding particular omens. My art portfolio is a digital-based selection of works that revolve around the idea of good omens, or good fortune. The theme was inspired by my all-time favorite book and television series of the same name by Neil Gaiman. I love Neil Gaiman. Each one of my pieces required dedicated research and time spent planning to make sure my ideas came across the way I desired. When I first started creating this portfolio, I wasn't as familiar with digital art, so the first handful of pieces required additional time to learn how to utilize Procreate on my iPad. Throughout the process, I realized I was subconsciously creating very dreamlike pieces with soft colors and decided to continue with this trend as it really tied the portfolio together. I initially started with a ladybug piece. It's incredible that such a tiny insect carries with it a universal belief of bringing good fortune. This belief is documented across several cultures, continents, and throughout several centuries. One thought is that if a ladybug lands on you, then you will receive the same number of years good luck as the number of dots it has on it. Moving away from the teeny tiny bug, my next piece was focused on one of the largest animals, elephants. Elephants symbolize good luck coming into one's life as well as protection and strength. An elephant sighting is meant to provide the courage to persevere through hard times. I included 7 elephants as the number 7 is another good omen that has strong symbolism, often associated with wisdom, intuition, and positive shifts that occur in life. There's also a lot of research on the symbolism of 7 in the Bible and across different faiths. While elephant sightings are not typical in most parts of the world, shooting stars is a good omen that can be encountered anywhere, as the cosmic systems align. One belief is that shooting stars appear when gods open heaven to observe Earth, and a wish made on a shooting star may make it to the gods who will grant the wish before the heavens close again. The evil eye pendant is one of the few superstitions that a person can purposefully implement. The evil eye necklace is believed to ward off evil spirits and bring luck and good fortune to the wearer. My last 2 illustrations, the butterfly and the praying mantis, carry the belief that they are messengers from heaven and often bring good luck. Butterflies symbolize transformation, freedom, and rebirth, while the praying mantis's pose often symbolizes stillness of prayer, and spotting them means peace will be forthcoming. I am so incredibly proud of the work I put together and am happy with how each piece ties into the central theme of good omens. I will continue to research and create more pieces reflecting good omens as the year moves along. Another art project that I was involved with this past fall was working collaboratively on a mural that hangs at the Lehigh Valley Turnpike service station. My National Art Honor Society friends and artists from a neighboring high school worked with a muralist to research and design a mural with art that represents our community, the Lehigh Valley. I was honored to represent my high school and to be selected to speak at the unveiling, which is pretty cool. Next, I wanted to share how important research is in theater, which is my second favorite passion. Last year, I was in my high school's spring musical, Fiddler on the Roof. In order to be authentic to the show, our director brought in a local rabbi to consult and provide information about the Jewish traditions and the historical happenings of the setting. We learned about the clothing, the food, the importance of Sabbath, weddings, as well as the family expectations for the sons and daughters, the mamas and papas. Knowing all of this allowed the full cast to be respectful to our characters, and we went on to win the Freddy's Theater Award for Best Overall Musical. Additionally, I was allowed to design the poster for the show and did some more research to visually represent the musical in a way that was familiar but had my own mark. This past November, I was in the fall play Little Woman, another nostalgic period piece. I was asked to create the family portrait that hung above the piano mantel. I researched what these photos look like during the Civil War era and had my cast take off all jewelry and arrange them in a sitting and standing formation with a serious face for the picture. I then used Adobe Photoshop to make alterations, particularly aging it with a sepia tone. I also designed the poster for Little Woman and incorporated the sisters in a way that represented them and would be familiar to the audiences who are loyal to them and Louisa May Alcott's book. Ultimately, as a career, I want to combine my passions for art and theater and eventually design for Broadway someday. Research will be critical for this career in order to visually represent the time periods, settings, props, and characters, and I know that I will be well prepared for this career after spending my next 4 years at York College. Thank you for your consideration.